So we can talk a bit about final merits. A lot of people ask me if an activity they're doing counts towards final merits. The way I see final merits is, have you been able to show that you have risen to the top of your field on the basis of sustained claim, and that your achievements indicate that you've risen to the top of your field? So that's why you can still get denied, even if you meet 3 criteria. Meeting 3 criteria does not mean that you have presented a strong argument that you've risen to the top of your field. It really depends on the criteria that you have tried to claim. So claiming, say, authorship, judging, and membership is not necessarily going to lead to a strong case. That's why you need to improve final merits. And final merits is usually tied to an anchor criterion. So say leading a critical role or original contributions, these tend to be anchor criteria. So in strengthening the final merits of your case, you want to be focusing on activities that don't just meet the plain language of the criteria. So it's, for example, one thing to say that you've authored a paper for a very top journal in your field, which is probably going to be stronger evidence that you've risen to the top of your field and would therefore help final merits, versus say you just authored maybe like 5 journal articles in not very well-known journals in your field. So going back to the initial question of whether something actually helps with final merits, think about whether that one thing is going to be perceived by other top professionals in your field as something a top professional would have done or would do. That's something to keep in mind for final merits, and when thinking about activities to work on to improve final merits.